folks, JD here, and today I'm going to take you to a new part of my Minecraft world that I've been building. And essentially what we're going to be doing is I'm getting really annoyed at using torches, and it costs a lot of iron to keep on creating all these lanterns all the time. So I wanted another way, a little fun way of having automated lighting. So I've been spending a lot of my time in the Nether, and I've been getting a lot of resources from there. So I thought what I would do is see if there's any way that I can make some sort of way of automated lighting. And in the night, the lights come on, and in the day, the lights go off without my intervention. So I've exactly sorted that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my down bubble lift down to a new little area which has a small farm in it, right down here, which as you can see is quite nice. Look, it's quite decent. And then if we come down here, I'm just going to take the bits that we're going to need for today. So we're going to need some of these daylight detectors, which in order for you to build them, you need to have some nether quartz. So you need to get to the nether, get some nether quartz. You also need, let's have a little look at what is needed 100% for building them, because they are extremely useful. So you need glass, nether quartz, and you need some sort of wooden slab. It doesn't matter which wood, but you need wooden slab to create it. And it's this detector that's going to tell your lights whether to turn on or whether to turn off. And of course you need some redstone dust, but I'll show you what that is for in a moment. But I'm guessing because you saw the redstone lamps, I'm guessing you know exactly what it's for. So I'm only going to count out 4 lamps there. I don't want to use any more. And then we're going to use my little secret trapdoor, and we are going to go into my new little area here. Very nice. So a few things we've got to do today. We've got to brighten this place up, and then we've got to start up these automatic waterers, because as you can see, my wheat is not doing very well, and the ground is extremely dry. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just plop these redstone lamps on the corners, because that's exactly what I want them, where I want them. I want them to illuminate the corners, and then what I'm going to do is I should get away with using 2 daylight detectors, hopefully. So I'm going to put, where am I going to put this? I mean, I could put it there, couldn't I? Let me see whether or not I can get redstone to come down. Yeah, I can, perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just attach the redstone to the daylight detector, and then the redstone dust to these lamps, and then run them through. So you should be able to do 15 blocks with one of these redstone detectors. So I may have gone a little bit too far, but we'll find out in a minute. And then I'm going to do exactly the same. Well, actually, before I do, I have gone a little bit too far on that top one. That's fine. Oh, zombie's just converted to a drowned. He's going to sit there and gargle at us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break away that, and I'm going to add a daylight detector there, and I'm going to remove that redstone dust there. There we go, perfect. And then I'm going to add some redstone dust, there we go, to this one. Again, think it might be a little bit too much. Yeah. So I'm going to break this one here, and I'm going to add a daylight detector there. And then I'm going to remove that redstone there. It's a shame really, because I essentially just wanted 1 daylight detector, or 2 if I could. There we go. So now we've got our daylight detectors set up. A little bit of a mishmash. Let me see if I can make this a bit better. So it's 15 blocks. What the hell? There we go. So it's 15 blocks. So how many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 if I can count those 2 blocks that they're sat on. Okay, so let's rework this. Let's put 1 detector here. Let's remove this detector there. Don't need that one. Let's remove that redstone dust, and let's have this one at the back here power these 2 torches, which they do. Lovely. And then we should be able to have one of these detectors. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Just this 1 detector here, power Those two, perfect. So currently, in their current form, when these dots are white on the basically on the solar panel on the daylight detector, it means they're in daylight mode. So as soon as the sun comes up, these lights are going to turn on. I don't want that. What's the point in that? So if I click the right mouse button, in other words the use button, however you got that defined, then it turns on in the night, and when the daylight comes up and this detects daylight, these lights turn off. One thing is going to really annoy me, and that is that it's not central. Sorry folks. There you go. So currently now this is in night mode, which is exactly what I want. So these little dots that were once white are now blue. The blue denotes night mode. So if I come around here, I'm going to do exactly the same with this. So just click my right mouse button or whatever you have defined as the use key, and now these lamps turn on. And as I say, as soon as the day comes and these daylight detectors pick up on the day, then they are going to shut off these lights. No intervention from you needed. It's a very, very nice way of just adding a little bit of automation to your build. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to fill up these two water hoppers so that they can constantly water my crops for me, because I got more crops to go in here too. So hopefully, let me just figure this out. I should have it in the right place. I think I have. I spent quite a bit of time yesterday just ensuring in the right place. Yeah, great. So now I'm going to get a few buckets of water, which I've got stored in my chest over here. And then we're going to activate those. And hopefully, the sun is coming up, as you can see. I'm hoping that we can now see, in a couple of moments, these daylight detectors in action. There we go. So I'm going to just add in some water. There we go. Perfect. There we are. Sun's come up. The lights have turned themselves off. Couldn't have got any better than that. Brilliant. So that's the daylight detectors. And then obviously once again, when the light starts to drop and evening falls, these lamps all turn themselves back on. Really funky, really basic, but really, really cool. You don't have to power them by dust as well. As you've probably seen in my enchantment video, when I made my enchantment room, I decided to put redstone blocks next to these lights, but you can put them anywhere on the block, on the top, in the back. You can hide them in the wall. You can do whatever you want to, and they will work. So now I haven't got enough dirt, so let me see. I got a bit of spare dirt here, so I'm going to mine. No, I'm not going to mine that actually, because I need that the same as that side. I'm just going to grab some more blocks from in here that I can reach the top of those water butts, and then I'm going to fill them up. I've got one spruce plank. I've got two of those and one of those. I'll use a bit of stone as well. That should be enough. 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe not. I'll use these stone bricks. Look, that'll be absolutely fine, because I can just mine them again afterwards. So back down we go. Back up we go. God, that drowned is really gurgling, isn't he? I don't mind the drowned. They're quite funky, but they don't have to make some noise. So let's go and get above this. So I'm going to need to come out here. There we go, perfect. And I'm just going to go fill the top block, and then that should now, we'll see when we get down to the bottom, that should now be filling. There we go, that's filling that much, which is great. So all that water should now, that one start to turn already. All the topsoil should start to darken, which just denotes that the same as we saw in my farming video, just denotes that the crops are being properly watered. So again, I'll come up the top here using one bucket. Now the reason I've got more buckets is just to make the water flow a little bit more realistically, and I'll show you what I mean now. So as you see, the water, the further away you get from the water source, the water starts to go down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just use another bucket of water and just fill it up a little bit, just to give it that little bit of authenticity of it being more or less the same amount of water right the way through. There we go. So it's not perfect, you still got your dips and whatever, but what it does show is now all these crops should now start being watered. You can see the topsoil starting to turn a really dark brown, like you get in real life. If you water your soil, it does get waterlogged, it does start to turn colour, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. There we go, perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this another day or so, another Minecraft day or so, and then when it's all the wheat is all completely grown, I'm going to chop it back, and then I'm going to plant. I'm going to till all the soil again and plant it all up. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I think we're going to call that a day there, folks. What we've done today is we've sorted out these daylight detectors, and we've put these redstone lamps in, and then added some redstone dust to connect the detector, basically the solar panel or photovoltaic cell, to the redstone lamp. So in the night time, when the light drops, these lamps are going to come on, and it's going to look really nice. All right then, my friends. Well, I think we're going to leave that there. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy mining.